To make a chicken stock, you will need raw chicken bones, fresh, shiny, pink, beautiful. Salt, a pinch, a medium-sized mirepoix, a bouquet garni, a sliced white part of a leek. I have extra parsley, bay leaf and peppercorn because my bouquet garni is a bit small. Vegetable oil and butter. Place the butter and vegetable oil in a stock pot. Turn the heat on and heat the pot on medium heat until the butter has melted. Then add the mirepoix and the sliced leek. Sweat the vegetables for 6 to 8 minutes on medium to medium low without coloring the vegetables. We call that to sweat. When you sweat, you lose water, right? So when you are sweating vegetables or sweating something, it's when you cook food in a small amount of fat on medium low in order to release the water without browning the food. To sweat, very important. Stir the vegetables with a wooden spoon from time to time. And meanwhile, I'm going to tell you about the chicken bones. You want to use fresh chicken bones, obviously, and raw. It's very important. We don't use cooked bones to make a stock. When the marrow is cooked, there is a high risk or potential of foodborne illness. So always use raw bones to make your stock. Do not use your leftover roast chicken bones or turkey bones to make a stock. Stir. So cook your vegetables up to 10 minutes, until they start to get soft, they release their flavors, it starts to be very fragrant, okay? Then add your bones. Before using your bones, you want to place them in a bowl, run cold water over for 6 to 10 minutes, stirring once in a while in order to remove all the blood. Then strain it through a colander and discard any excess of fat from the skin, from the neck or the breast, for instance. Sometimes you have extra piece of fat, so trim some of the fat off. Add your bones. So you see my bones are pretty clean, they don't have too much fat. Add enough water to cover the bones by about an inch. You don't want to dissolve too much the flavors. However, you do want to have your bones totally covered and immersed into the liquid. Bring the pot to a boil, so raise the temperature to high because you do want to cross the danger zone rapidly, meaning you want to bring it to a boiling point rapidly to prevent bacteria to develop. The stock is boiling, bring it to a boil for about a minute and then turn down the heat to low to allow the stock to simmer gently, to make sure it cooks gently, and that will make a clear stock. If you are skimming, you may have to do that every 10-15 minutes. Okay, so regularly. Try not to get the vegetables. Push down the bones to make sure they are totally covered by the liquid. After 10 minutes, add the extra parsley stems that you have extra bay leaves because my bouquet garni was small, a few peppercorns, and very important, a pinch of salt. Not much, because you don't want to have your stock to be salty. You may reduce it when you will cook it with sauces, but the salt will help to extract the flavor. So I don't like to season my stock too much, so a pinch for chicken only. All the other stock, you'd never use any salt. Only for chicken stock, a pinch of salt. Stir. And allow the stock to simmer gently, slowly for about 2 hours, skimming the scum off from time to time. And this is simmering, few bubbles at a time, gently. That way we'll get a very clear stock. Our stock has been simmering for 1 hour. I skimmed it about 3 times. So now I'm going to add the bouquet garni for the last hour. Let the stock simmer, and the bouquet garni is going to infuse within the stock, perfuming and releasing aromas. My chicken stock has simmered for 2 hours, and I have skimmed it very regularly. So now it's time to strain it through a thin sieve, or you can also strain it through a conical strainer. Remove the bouquet garni, let it strain. You can see the fat here, don't worry about it. This is from the skin, the butter we used, and this will be removed later on. I will show you. This is pretty clear, huh? It's nice. Beautiful chicken stock. The quality of the stock will be much superior than any stock you may purchase on the market in tablets, powder, liquid forms. Those are full of preservatives. By doing your own chicken stock, you will control the quality of the ingredients you are putting in, and there is not 25 ingredients with words that you can't even pronounce. They are not too salty. There is no preservatives. Your stock will keep very well in the fridge up to 5 days, or you can freeze it in 1 liter container for up to 6 months. Then pour the leftover here. I don't like to press down too much when I strain a stock, because that could push inside through the sieve some impurities again. So I like to let it just drain by itself. After straining your stock, place it over an ice bath to cool it and to prevent bacteria from growing. Then place it in the fridge. Discard everything you strained, like all the bones. Do not use it, just throw it away. The day after the fact will have solidified and it will be easy to remove. This is the chicken stock we made. I left it in the fridge overnight and I have removed the fat. So it's not as gelatinous as the fish stock. And it tastes delicious.